May I make a suggestion?
Oh, yeah.
Keep going with the racial census of Harmontown. Get a Hispanic up here.
Oh, yeah. No. Yes, that's very important, actually. And I'll tell you why. Big failing on Community. We had Ken Jeong, who's Korean, but who apparently ended up playing a Chinese character. That was always a point of contention. Then Danny Pudi, who was Indian, was playing a guy in the script who was scripted as Palestinian. That was a point of contention. But there was basically no Latino people, Latin people.
I thought Starburns was Latino.
It's as close as you're gonna get. All right, who's gonna represent the
Latin America? Here we go.
All right, here we go. What's your name, ma'am?
Piper?
Piper?
Yeah.
Ay.
We did have Julieta. I remember when she was in town. She came up. She's full blown Mexican. She's actually living in Mexico, trying to get a job up here.
She's also an animator too, right?
Yeah.
Piper, what do you do?
I work in healthcare. Well, I can be specific and say healthcare finance, but that's a little bit more boring than just healthcare.
But it really is so boring. It's fascinating to people who are sick and tired of hearing about actors and headshots and scripts and stuff.
Right.
What is healthcare is something you hear. To me, it just bounces off of my head. We're doing political debates right now. We're talking about HMOs and hedge nuns and
Those fucking hedge nuns.
But I don't know what the hell Medicare. I don't know what any of that means. I don't expect you to explain it to me.
What is your heritage? Where are your ancestors from?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Anda pa carajo.
Are you gonna take that?
I mean, I'm only
you don't
so
right. But wait, did you grow up in a bilingual household?
yes.
So how'd you do in English classes in school, like writing essays and stuff?
Pretty well.
Yeah. I have an ex-girlfriend of mine was an English teacher and in Los Angeles, and there's a phenomenon where like very, very bright kids who grow up in bilingual households, which is where LA is teeming with that. These genius kids. I mean, how many? I don't speak two languages. These kids are like, regardless of their IQ, they grow up in these households where you're bouncing back and forth between Spanish and English, for instance, and they suffer in the English grades because they don't get to buckle down and be Frasier at English. They're more acrobatic, which is a talent unto itself that should be more valuable than it is. But anyways, I was just curious about that.
Well, I mean, my mother grew up in the States, so it's not like I just mainly got yelled at in Spanish or, like any...
Do you speak Spanish?
I can read it and write it, but I don't speak it well.
Look, we asked
you can say, put that down, you're grounded. And
be like, clean your room, you're not good enough. Average things that every Hispanic mom says.
Is there anyone who feels they're more Hispanic than...
You probably are. You probably are.
No, wait, no, I see silence. You win the Thunderdome. You're fine. I thought it'd be interesting if somebody came up and tried to knock your hat off. Yes. All right. Well, what do we ask? What do we ask Piper? What do you think of my writing?
I think you're a genius, which I'm not just saying to kiss your ass.
It's interesting.
But,
I find it interesting.
I was told not to respond to any text tonight because I'm with my hero and didn't want to get heckled.
Oh, do I bug people about getting texts and stuff in the audience?
No, just because I was sitting up front.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty laissez-faire here. So it's not rigorously structured.
I didn't want to be rude, okay, Dan Harmon?
Although Jeff will come down on you pretty hard if you're my girlfriend. That's, as far as I can tell, that's the only standard that's actually upheld.
I mean, the night's not over yet.
Are you familiar with my girlfriend and Erin McGathy?
No.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, I really just started watching Community because I'm in love with Donald Glover. So can I just plug that?
Yeah. No, you can plug that, yeah.
Is it like saying, can I tap that? I'd like to plug that.
Can I plug that? Can I strap that on? Yeah, no, it's good. The kid could use a break. Like, that's all. Do what you can tonight. Spread the word that Donald Glover's out there, and he's...
He needs your help, everybody.
He's amazing. I think he's. I hate to play favorites, and people always but I would always say, people would go, "Who's your favorite?" And then I would go, "Nobody. I'm not allowed to say that." But then I would always also, supposedly ironically, I would go, "But Donald's my favorite." But the beauty is, I wasn't being ironic. I was.
Right.
I mean, he's amazing. He works really hard,
No.
and he puts out rap albums, and all of his raps are about how hard he works.
Oh my God.
And how women need to get used to the fact that I'm gonna keep working really hard. I'm gonna stay up all night. You got a problem with that? I got work to do. It's funny. He really means it. Like, and some of his raps, they get really dark. Like, because he's actually literally talking about working until he drops dead. Kind of like it's poetic. It's disgusting. It's beautiful.